Hey everybody, it's Clem. I got my notes. I got my Palo Santo. I'm burning some for meditation and just to relax. It's the end of the day, and I'm excited to do our first Manifestation Thoughts Thursday. If you cannot hear me, please let me know. Hey Val, can you tell me if you can hear me? Oh, Alfred. Ha ha ha. Are you downstairs? Hi, Val. Hi, Alfred. Look, I can wave at you guys. Okay, if you're on, I only see Alfred and Val, but there's a third person, so I might not be able to see you. Okay, we're going to start with just relaxing. I hope you had a great week and you're having a great week so far. I've got some notes. We're going to go through what manifestation is. Oh, great. Thanks, Val. We're going to go through what manifestation is. I'm going to give you some really tangible steps, really easy steps that you can use to start implementing. But before, hey, Amanda. Amanda's here. Great. Hey, guys. Okay, done burning my Palo Santo. So let's just relax. If you're driving, please don't relax too much. But I want you to get into a state where you can receive and your body isn't tense, because when we're tensed up, it's hard for us to learn, it's hard for us to receive, and it's hard for our intuition, the God within us, to be able to speak into us when we're like tight and tense. So let's take 3 deep breaths in, and then we'll release, and every time you release your breath out, we'll release all the yuckiness of the day, all the tension of the day. So take a big deep breath into your nose and out through your mouth. 2 more. And every time you take a deep breath out, you're releasing and relaxing. Last one, deep breath in. Okay, so we're going to talk about what manifestation is, and also whatever questions you have about the program, if you're having any challenges, I'd like to answer those too. So there's 2 main keys, and I'll send you guys these notes too. There's 2 main keys in creating results and having the things that you want out of life. The first and foremost one is mindset. And then the second one is our physical habits, which is largely created by our mental habits. So we're going to teach you how to manifest anything you want. And manifesting is simply transmuting a thought, a dream, or a desire into reality. So it's something that you can actually touch and experience for real, not just in your head, right? Everything on earth was first created in a thought. So but it's not just enough to have positive thinking or a great mindset. If you've noticed, you think you're thinking all the right things, and you're like, I do all the mantras and I'm meditating, and it's still not working. I watched the movie The Secret and I learned about the law of attraction. If I just say all the right things and think positively, but still nothing happened. And also, the same thing with just sheer grit and willpower, the hustle, the grind, the hard work, and getting all the degrees and reading all the books. That also isn't doesn't always get you what you want also. So in this program, what I'm going to be teaching is both metaphysical and quantum physics, and you will hear teachers who are quantum physics teachers and also quantum metaphysical teachers that will teach that you can manifest purely on the spiritual and energetic level. But I am going to teach you a way to incorporate both. So you're going to be using, in the Bible, it talks about faith without works is dead. So there are going to be things that you're going to be doing, like actually doing physically, and then we'll combine that with metaphysical and quantum physics teachings where you'll be going more spiritual and deeper within. So we'll be combining both, but there, when you get to another level and you're like all in metaphysical, you can do a lot just in our spiritual and mindset space. Denise Duffield Thomas is another manifestation teacher, and she uses this very similar process that I'm going to teach tonight, but she does it with wealth and money creation. And so the first step to the money or to the mindset formula of manifestation for anything that you want is first to declutter. So you'll declutter, meaning you'll declutter and purge. I did for a while. Alfred knows I was purging like a lot of things. I still am. It's a normal purging is something that we have to do regularly, either in our body, in our mind, and our environment. We want to continually purge. In Denise's methodology is decluttering. So the second step into manifesting anything you want is know exactly what you want. Get super, super, super clear. And if you've ever been a manager or led people into goal creation, that's a huge step, is knowing exactly where you're going, because you can't aim an arrow towards a target without really knowing what you're pointing to, right? So, and then third is surround yourself with positivity, which you have here in our group. And then fourth is take inspired action. You have to take action. And fifth is receive what you're manifesting and fine tune. So you're not going to always be perfect. You're going to receive and fine tune. And if you're not creating the manifestation or receiving the results that you want, like, like coming soon, or you're not getting it right away, go back to the tops. Go back to decluttering. It might be you have to declutter your food. It might be you have to declutter, the people that you're around and the thinking and just the space and the environment. So there's always something to be clearing and cleaning out. But mostly it's in here. But before, so those are the 5 steps into manifestation. But before we go into those 5 steps, which we'll be doing in the upcoming weeks, and I'll upload into our group the some journaling prompts that you can use for your journaling, because that's something that also is a great habit to have when you're trying to change your life, is journaling. And I'll be putting out prompts every week that you can use for that. But before we go into manifesting, there's some pre-homework that you want to do. First is to get super clear about where you are currently in life. So if you're, this is my assignment for me this week, is to get super clear on finances, because that's what I'm working on. But for you, and if it's for weight loss, or if it's for weight loss and health and fitness, you don't want to skip this step, even though you think you know what your current position or your current condition is. You want to get all the details, so all the super little details. So at our club, we do an in-body where, let's say your goal is to lose weight, right? Your goal is to lose weight, but you have to, to get really, to know where you're going and how to get there, you want to know what kind of weight you have. So try to get a measurement that has both your fat, your visceral fat, muscle, bone density, water, and water comes in 2 forms, intercellular and extracellular. Know exactly where you are currently, what your current condition is, because once you know that, then you'll be able to do 2 things. It'll help you make educated game plan. Because if you say, I want to lose weight, you can just cut off an arm and then you've lost weight, right? But if you know exactly where you are, you can make a really good game plan of how to get to where you want to go. So if, I have lots of examples, but let's use a map. let's say you're on a map and you're in Seattle and you want to get to the Bay Area. But if your goal is to get to the Bay Area and you don't know exactly where you are in Washington, then you don't know which freeway. Should it be I-5? Should it be 101? You don't really know which, should it be Highway 1? There's a bunch of ways to get to the Bay Area, but if you really don't know where you're at and what you're working with, it could be that you need to take a bus or take a train, or you need to take a side road, all that kind of stuff, a plane. So it's always, all leaders and achievers have always been really big about measuring and knowing where you are at this moment. So that's the first thing you have to do. And if you haven't used our app yet, our fitness app, the Victory Natural app, you can upload your photo in there. You can upload your measurements, and that way you can track your progress along the way. And if you're doing in-bodies at our gym, that you can upload those into your files also. So the second part of why you want to get super, super clear about where you stand and where you are in your physique is that here's a common one. I want to just lose more weight, or I want to drink more water. But if you don't know how much you're drinking, or how much you're sleeping, or how much you're exercising, or any of the basic, the base data, the base statistics, or the base information, then setting the goal of I want to do more is never fulfilling for your subconscious mind, because it doesn't really know where it's starting, so it doesn't really know where to go next. So make sure that if you want to do more in whatever area, sleep, water, lifting, losing weight, know where you are now so that you can measure if you're actually making progress. And making progress, and that's why we do the challenges every week of an exercise this week is push-ups. Is if you can count your first push-ups of the week, how many that is, and by Friday or Sunday or whenever your last numbers are, and you can see, well, I started with 10, well, now I've got 15, that builds on your spiritual, your inner spirit's inner power. So that's another really important reason of why we track, take data. I know it sounds like super repetitive and it's tedious, but the cool thing is you've got your cool app on your phone, the Victory Natural app. Use that to mark it. Mark that you slept, mark that you went to the gym, mark that you drank all your water and how much. So that makes it super easy, and you'll build your confidence, and it keeps you motivated, which is really nice. And then the third thing of why we get super clear about our current situation is measurements that improve. Now that you know that you are improving, it'll make you take more inspired action. The more that you see, oh, it's just, even if you make a 2%, 3%, 4% improvement, that inspires you to take more action, more action, more action. Because Alfred and I did not start off this way. We didn't magically turn fit and magically went from overweight kids to, fitness, people who are at the size they want to be now. It's a continual progress, a continual building. So you watch yourself make the tiny little improvements, and every time you just get inspired to do a little bit more, learn a little bit more, ask more questions, go a little bit further. And that's why it helps to know where you are, exactly where you are, because women notoriously are known for not tooting our own horns. We're known for not patting ourselves on the back. we are known for not, for just not having, we've been taught by society, actually, to play small, be quiet, be in the background, don't show off, don't be too loud and, proud. That's a big one, right? Don't be proud. And it's almost shameful if we're proud of ourselves. So, but we're coming into a new era of feminine energy that we do now. We are here. We're proud. We're loud. We are accepting of ourselves, and we want to be more of who we are, and that takes us to a place where we have to be proud of ourselves and give ourselves credit for our work, for our achievements, for being who we are. And then the fourth one is tracking measurements, gives you the ability. Well, it's similar to SMART goals. Yes, because you do, it is actually like SMART goals. It is. That's the pre-work. So before you start into manifestation, there is a beginning is SMART goals. Yes. So tracking and measuring gives you also the ability to make adjustments quicker. What I found with clients in the past is they'll just be like, I'm not going to measure, I'm not going to keep track or whatever. But then 5 months later, they're still in the same position. So it's harder to make adjustments or shift in your route. Let's say you're on I-5 going to the Bay Area, and then there's a big roadblock, or there's traffic, or a bridge is out, or whatever, right? You will be able to make a quicker adjustment, take shifts a lot easier if you know where you are and you're tracking and you're mapping where you are. So you just, that what's that saying? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. So tracking helps with plateaus. You're gonna hit a plateau in anything, because eventually your body, especially in fitness, your body is going to adapt. And if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, it's going to get used to that. And that's why at our club, we do the 4 quadrants of fitness, which is power, endurance, cardio, and strength. We change it up, and the body's and then we do heavy week, and when we do light week, we do longer reps and longer sets. So we're constantly changing up so our body doesn't have time to adapt. But this is also a great reason to track and measure, is so you notice when you're in a plateau. And because you've been keeping data this whole entire time, you've been keeping data in your app or in a journal, then it helps you go, oh, I already tried that method. Oh, I've already done that. I've already done this. I've already done fasted cardio for this long, or whatever you're doing in your methodology. Then you can make adjustments knowing what you've already done and what your body has already adapted to, and make changes from there. So that is the pre-homework to manifesting. Again, is get very, very clear, get all the data about your goal. So if your goal is to lose weight, make sure you get all the data about what your weight is, where you're at in that, how much water is in your body, bone density, muscle, all of that stuff. And then next week, we're going to be starting on the decluttering everything in your life, purging. And then the second step to manifesting is know exactly what you want. The third step is surround yourself with positivity. Fourth is take inspired action. And then fifth is receive and fine tune. Then you start all the way over every day. It's a habit. It's a constant habit on our mindset, how we think. Okay, so questions on the program. Type it down below. But just to talk about the units. The units are pretty cool because it keeps everything organized. And how I would do it is let's say you're not doing the push-ups this week, don't push done. Or let's say there's a recipe, you didn't do Alfred's waffle recipe. Don't push done on Alfred's waffle recipe until you actually do it, because you might want to do some, this will be like 6 months down the road and you're like, where's that recipe of the waffles? And it'll be easier to scan through the units if you know which ones you haven't done yet, and you'll just go back and find the ones that were not done. Because if you know you didn't do the waffles, you just look at all the green, which is done, and find the ones that you haven't done. So that's a easy way to do it. So you go at your own pace. We'd love for you to participate in the Monday exercise of the week, because with that, I still work out at the gym, and then I still will do my push-ups, because it's just, not even 5 minutes, because it's just 10 push-ups. So participate in that. That one's the biggest, but everything else you kind of go at your own pace. And so that allows people to join the group at any time of the year, and then go back into the units and just start checking them off as they go on. But let's say there's a recipe that you want to try this week, and then there's a recipe from 5 months ago. You can do both, just, you know what I mean? So even with these Thursday manifestation thoughts, let's say someone comes in 5 months from now and they watch a Facebook Live on Thursday, but they'll probably want to come back to this very, very first one, because we're working on the foundational thoughts before we go into the meat and the nitty-gritty stuff. Does that make sense? I hope no one's feeling overwhelmed, because we've been just kind of sprinkling in, not giving everything all at once, just to get you, help get you situated and not feel too like, whew, they're making so many videos and teaching so much stuff. So just go at your own pace, and pick one on Sundays, though. That's another thing that is so important to participate in, is setting your intentions for the week on Sunday. And it doesn't have to be big, because again, you just want to see success. You want to train your subconscious mind to believe in yourself, to believe that you're capable, to believe that you're able. So pick, like Val's was water, drink more water. So hopefully you recorded how much water you drink, like you normally drink. Some people just drink 2 bottles of water, which is about 32 ounces. Start there, and just incrementally adding a few more ounces every day, and start there, right? It doesn't have to be a big goal, but it has to be, I'm teaching myself that I am able to improve, and I'm needing to recircuit that mind thought that I can't, and removing the can't from our vocabulary. That's what we're trying to do. All right, I hope you guys, I don't see any questions, so I'm just rambling. Wait, is there comments? Is there, no, I'm pushing the button. No, I don't see any. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. I'll put these in the notes, and send it through the app. I believe I'll send it through the app, and then I'll take this video and repost it in our Thursday unit. I don't remember the unit for Thursday. It's been great. Oh, good. I know you guys are busy, but will the units posts go up at a certain time every day? I'm trying to get a time. Well, that's the goal. I set them up. Thank you, Val. I set them up, but the Facebook has not been posting them at the times that I choose. So when I noticed that it didn't get posted at the time I had scheduled them, because you can schedule posts in our group, and if it didn't post when I had scheduled it for, I just pushed the post now button. So I try to, but yeah. But the goal is to have it more regularly on a time schedule. Thank you. We'll get there. It's our second week. All right, so I'll see you guys on Sunday. Setting some specific goals. Specific. Drink 5 more ounces or whatever, Be specific. Okay, see you guys there. Bye.